Hello guys, Juju here, and welcome back to another Java tutorial. And in this tutorial, I hopefully have better English. And what we're going to be learning is try-catch statements. And so, what a try-catch is that basically it tries to do it, and if it doesn't succeed, it'll try and catch the error for you. Now, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, so let me go and give you a demonstration. So, what we're going to do is we're going to set this input equal to 72.1, but the problem is that this is as a string, right? But let's say we want it as a number. Well, what we've got to do is this thing called parsing, and I haven't gone over this before, so I'm going to go ahead and type int number equals, and how we convert this string into its numeric form is it's actually built into Java. All we have to do is call it. And what it is integer dot parse int, and we just pass in input. And yeah, I typed integer wrong. Whoops. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do from here is just go system.out.println, and it's going to take the number and add I'm going to say 39. And so if this works, it should go ahead and print out 760. So let's go ahead and run this, and as suspected, it did work. So, but what if this wasn't a number, and it was really just something? So let's go ahead and run this, and what do we get? We actually didn't get any result. So for input, and it throws out this nasty little error, and it's not too friendly. So, but see, so what happened is that it tried to convert the word something into an integer, but it wasn't really an integer. So if this was input from the user user had miscorrectly or misunderstood something. So let's go ahead and a way we can prevent this is if we create number up here. Oh, I forgot to point out, in case you didn't notice, is that up here, down here, if you look closely, anything after number didn't run. And the reason for this is that when Java errors, it just quits. It just goes, no, I'm done here, and throws its hands up in the air, and it's done. But if we tell it just to try this, and it will, let me go ahead and write this, and I'll explain it after. Okay, so what this says here is What this try is this is what's called the try-catch statement. And what's happening here is that we're saying, okay, just try this, Java. If something happens, continue anyways. Don't pull a fit. Just try it. But what this catch does is, so if it does error, so hey, if you do have a problem, we're going to catch that error that you're going to throw, and we'll deal with it, okay? And so what we can do is we can say, go ahead and instead of system.out, there's actually system.error. And basically what this does is it turns your text red. Nothing really fancy, but so let's go ahead and print out not a number. So let's go ahead and try and run this, and voila, it did in fact continue running despite it already already being a number. That made sense. Despite it throwing an error and it not being a normal integer, meaning it threw its error, but we caught its error. So by doing this, it still allowed us to progress through. And even so, because it threw an error, it ran the code in the catch. Now, if we didn't want a normal trace out, we could even leave it blank, or we could continue on and just say number equals 14 and just guess. And voila, it worked. So 14 plus 39, yep, it's 53. And so how this works, again, just to be clear, is that if it does work, it's going to run this line of code, but if it errors anywhere, it's going to run this. So it's going to try this, but if it errors, it's going to catch the error. And what this little bit of code is in here is the exception. And so what that means is what kind of error had happened. If you don't know the type of error, exception is a general word. So like, what kind of error was it? Was it an IO error, a number formatting error? Well, it was just an error. So this is a more vague, but if you don't want to memorize all of them, this is, or if you don't want to memorize, or you just want for it to catch any errors, this is the one you should go with. Oh, another thing is that if you want it to continue but still print out that trace, what you can do is do EX, so whatever name you threw in here, whatever you decided to call it, and you go print stack trace, and that will go ahead and, despite it erroring, it will still print out this error log, but it'll continue running. Alright, I hope this helps those who are out there, and if you found this helpful, go ahead and give it a like. If you have any questions or suggestions about some videos I should cover, go ahead and leave me a comment down in the comment section below. This was Juju, and hope to see you in the next tutorial.